Алло. Привет, привет. Да, хочу. Безумие есть благо. Богам смешные попытки людей сохранить рассудок перед лицом неизбежности смерти. Говард Лавкрафт. Что здесь за каки? О, акула с кишками, нормально. Кишкастая акула. Что-то не нравится, как она идет у меня. С ОБС. Без ОБС она нормально шла. Так, в сад. Идем в сад. В сад вроде нормально все, да? Привет. У меня что за... Просто какой-то все ребит, какой-то туман непонятный. О, рыбка. Акулка. Куры сделали. Кушали, видимо, вкусненькое. Ктру. Присесть. Тут заперто, значит. Заперто. Тик. Тик. Здесь у нас что? Здесь тоже заперто. Понятно. Вы не можете взаимодействовать с определенным предметом, пока не осветите их. Святой водой? Не. Можно взять Е. Керосиновая лампа. Ага. Болторез. Снег. Наверное, цепь, чтобы открыть. Что-то интересного. Опацы. Что там? Кула. Непонятно, непонятно. Идем дальше. А, ну да тоже болтореза можно открыть цепь. Бегать можно? Бегать можно. Херакс. Открывай, друг. Открывай, открывай. Ты последуешь за мной. Бесполезно сопротивляться неизбежному. Окей. А, ну тут типа это... А, это с той стороны, где я присел. Музычка какая-то играет. Пить кишочки. Какое отвратительное подношение. А кто это говорит? Касатка. Бедные касатки. Умерла рыбка. Эти кишки наружу. Нехорошо. Не сопротивляйся, ты был избран. Стрелка бежать, shift. Наверное, да? Ну, я уже знаю. Так. Бегим. Там что? Бегим дальше. Здесь просто открывается. Опа, все предначертано заранее. Чего у них с лицами? А быть может, ты попытаешься изменить свою судьбу? Бедолагу. Забили. А, здесь вообще не заметили, да? А, это был сом. Ненавижу виски. Джей. Свериться с дневником. Чик. Ну, частное детективное агентство связано с контрактом с детективным агентством When to World. После Великой войны я решил сесть в Бостоне, где парню вроде меня всегда хватает работы. Потянулось чердомелкие дела, супружеские измены, старые счеты, мнимые исчезновения, старый диван, который не сравнится с настоящей кроватью, а пустые бутылки давно пора выкинуть, но это мой дом. Пока. Здесь очки? Че, прокачка здесь есть? Так, ладно, дойдем. Думаю, дойдем.
I used to be an avid reader.
Это много читал.
The Wentworth Agency doesn't attract top-notch cases. The Lost Battalion.
Пропавший батальон удерживать
Holding
позицию,
your
это
position
приказ
and
еще
obeying
не два.
orders. That isn't courage.
Выпить или не пить, пить или не пить, пить. Бухнем что? Это повлияет на вашу судьбу. Ага. Уже такая мелкая фигня повлияет на мою судьбу. Никогда не записываю ничего, кроме своих ночных кошмаров. Можешь сколько угодно твердить, что лекарства от воспоминаний мне больше не нужно, но я знаю, что они вернутся, если я перестану принимать таблетки. Наверное, однажды утром просто не проснусь. Несмотря на лечение, снова слышу голоса о своих снах, но теперь новые. Незнакомые голоса словно износят из бездны, что приближает тварь, вызывает ко мне.
wonder why I still take these things.
О, привет. Ты опять решил мне какие-то фигни делать? Что ты сделала? Наплевала, что ли? Нет. Ты аспирин сюда опять кинул? Снотворные таблетки.
Married woman runs off with her girlfriend.
Муж так и не понял, что жена его бросила, он мне звонил еще несколько недель после завершения расследования. Замужняя женщина сбегает с подружкой, а муж так ничего и не понял. Интересно. Получен передать закрытое дело. Чаек. Знание, что у меня владельцу бара не понравилось, как я закрыл дело. Но если ты нарушаешь закон, сложно спросить часто детективом, который собрал доказательства твоей вины. Старая добрая история шантажа в подпольном баре.
Natural sciences, linguistics, archaeology.
Наука, лингвистика, археология.
I should get rid of all this stuff.
Нужно избавиться от этого барахла. Ну, зачем было это?
Been too long since I've slept in a bed.
Радио надо вырубить. Я сохранил. Алло?
I'm listening.
Are you Edward Pierce, private investigator contracted by the Wentworth Detective Agency?
That's correct.
Hello, Mr. Pierce. I'm Lucy Sherifield, in charge of investigators over at Wentworth. I'm calling because of a problem with your file. A fire has destroyed some of our documents.
Is that right?
I'm so very sorry, but I have to collect your personal information yet again.
Записать полезно. Так, распределить очки персонажа какой. Каждое очко позволяет улучшить какой-нибудь навык. Медицина отражает ваши познания на этого мастера. Увеличивает ваш шанс определить дозу лекарства, поставить диагноз или разобраться в медицинской проблеме. Ну давай. Оккультизм отражает ваше познание в оккультной науке. Развитие этого навыка повышает шанс определить назначение подходящих фактов, а также расширяет ваше знание о мифах. Ну давай. Красноречие, ваши тех, вот это хочу. Расследование навыка повышает шанс восстановить. Дальше взломать замок. Сила, поиск. Психология. Сила по чуть-чуть. Твердить. Да.
Thank you for this information, Mr. Pierce. Our files will still be up to date. And on a related matter, may I raise a sensitive question?
What's wrong?
As you know, we wish to closely monitor the progress of our contractors. And it would seem you've been accepting fewer new cases.
Work is scarce.
Mr. Pierce, you know as well as I do, there's never been more investigative work than now.
But are those cases worth it?
They're worth not losing your license. Show yourself worthy of the Wentworth Detective Agency, and we might keep you on the payroll. Mr. Pierce, are you still...
Мистер Пирс.
I'm coming.
Sir, I came here on the advice of a person whom I hold in high esteem, and I must say that I expected anything but a drunkard's lair.
You're free to leave anytime, sir.
Do you know to whom you speak?
Stephen Webster, industrialist and art collector. All of Boston knows you.
Tell me, Mr. Pierce, are you capable of handling a new case, or are you simply a deadbeat inebriate?
If you come to me, it means you're desperate.
Nobody believes me. They take me for an old fool. Sarah, my little girl, she is dead. Even you must know of her. She was Sarah Hawkins.
The painter? Yes. Everyone knows her work.
The police accuse her of killing her family. They all died in a fire. Sarah, her husband, and Simon, my grandson.
I can't do anything for a woman who's already dead.
Find out the truth. They say she was mad, but I know that's a lie. She would never have done such a thing.
But if you have no proof...
I've brought all that I have. Look. I want you to look carefully at this painting. Tell me all the assumptions that come to mind.
What am I supposed to find?
Tell me if this is the work of madness. Or if, on the contrary, you manage to detect some logic, a rationality to follow so that I may understand it.
Is that all you want from me?
Yes, please.
All right. I'll look at your picture. That's all you've got.
Так, все, что у вас есть картина.
I placed a file on your desk. It contains everything I have on the affair.
A warehouse on Darkwater. Some sketches of the Hawkins family. Rather thin.
По пожарному отцовству полиция заключила, что это был несчастный случай, но при этом в отчете говорится, что Сара Хокинс была психически неустойчива. Почему? Вырезка. О браке Сары Хокинс в величестве Ричарда Хокинса, бизнесмена с острова Дарквотер, из-за творческую жизнь на удаленном острове со своим сыном Саймоном.
Its strange beauty isn't enough to hide the feeling of dread it carries.
So, Mr. Pierce, what do you make of these elements?
The sender's label mentions Warehouse 36.
That's right. It came with Sarah's last painting.
And you think your daughter could have been the sender?
That is what you must find out. Go to Darkwater. Find Warehouse 36.
I'm a private investigator, not an art critic.
I guess you're not as clever as you think, then. The painting is linked to this case, can't you see? You must find the meaning behind all this.
The sender's label mentions Warehouse
Так,
36.
я уже узнал.
That's right. It came...
And you think your daughter could have been the sender?
That is what you must find out. Go to Darkwater. Find Warehouse 36.
You must tell me if what the police suggest about the mental state of your daughter is true.
No. Sarah had visions. Everyone knew that. She never would have hurt a fly. She only thought she saw things.
Saw things? What do you mean by that?
I never knew what she meant by that. My daughter was an enigmatic figure, Mr. Pierce. You must find out the truth about her life and death.
Darkwater. Never heard of the place. Where is that?
It's a small, remote island off the coast of Boston. Sarah lived there with her son and her husband.
I suppose you want to ship me off there.
Darkwater holds the secret regarding my daughter, Mr. Pierce.
Her husband was a big deal on the island. The police are sticking to the accident theory. Though they mention Sarah's mental state. I believe you are right, sir.
Думаю, вы правы, сэр.
Stasis is not a
Дело не
simple
так
idea.
просто, как
I
кажется.
am aware of that. I believe
Угу. Ладно, что, все?
I think I'm beginning to understand.
I'm willing to do anything for my daughter to recover her honor.
Quiet down. I'm on your side. An artist dies with her family in a house.
Correct. And the rumors about her
Слегка
supposed
опустил.
Which you don't totally deny.
Find that warehouse. Find out the
Так,
truth
справились,
regarding
поэтому здесь
Sarah
сундучек
Hawkins'
царь,
death.
и я щедро вас награжу.
I'll take the case.
Это дело отправляюсь на остров и расследую смерть вашей дочери.
Thank you, Mr. Pierce. I didn't expect any less coming from a man in your situation.
Something's queer. But it's not like I have a choice.
Угу.
Dark water. I think I've got a book on the North Atlantic.
Дополнительно
No
узнать
doubt find some information on this island.
такого-то.
Natural sciences, linguistics, archaeology.
Чё крутить можно?
I used to be an avid reader. Darkwater is off the coast of Boston, but I've never heard of it. According to this book, it was often mentioned during whale hunting times at the end of the 19th century. But it seems to have been shown since then. All I have to do is go to the port. I just hope that I can find a boat able to take me to Darkwater.
Вперед на остров. Долго грузится. Не смотри больше. Ну так и не надо. Неужели загрузилось?
almost there.
Мы почти на месте. Катя, мы почти на них. Мы почти на острове Дарквотер. Call of Cthulhu.
Stay on board. There's guys coming to unload. Welcome to Darkwater Island, Mr. Pierce.
Why, thank you, Captain Fitzroy.
So, what wind brought you?
Does the Hawkins case mean anything to you?
A sad story that we would all prefer to forget. Charles Hawkins may have been a landlubber, but he was a good man.
And his wife, Sarah Hawkins.
Nice young woman, and a great painter. What a tragedy. You know what? Go have a drink of the stranded whale. What you need is a good picture. Mitchell may not be very welcoming, but his bar holds a surprise for you. As for me, you'll find me at the harbor master's office. If it's the Hawkins family that brings you here, I have a pile of documents that should interest you.
Understood. I'm going for a look around the docks.
Так. Хочу посмотреть вон там, что они делают. Идти в бар, поговорите с Брэдли. Хорошо. Лучше я хочу посмотреть на кита.
Hey, Sullivan. Can't you go any faster?
You see how old this thing is. If we force it too much, we'll break everything.
The same goes for you, sir. Move along.
They seem to be very agitated about a dead animal.
You're telling me? These fools think that putting the whale back in the water will bring about the end of the world.
They're superstitious.
If only you knew. They only listen to Captain Fitzroy. And not always. And you. What brings you to our island?
I'm looking for this address. Warehouse 36, Darkwater Harbor.
I like you, so I'll be frank with you. Don't go near the place. Don't try to get in.
Why?
Because I told you so. Learn to accept some friendly advice. Now, please, allow me to do my job.
You can't understand. You're not sailors. It's a sign. There's something coming.
The blood is just beginning to coagulate. It died a short time ago. Only a specialist would know what killed it.
You can't understand. You're not sick.
You can see that I'm busy, can't you?
You can't understand. Don't put
Ладно.
that beast back in the water, you shysters. You're crazy.
Так. Тут бар. Там не бар. О, чё так светится странно лампа? Кать. Так лампа странно светится. Зеленым. Зеленым дымом каким-то. Ну ладно.
Prohibition is just a joke around here.
Полис серьезно
That suits me
воспринимает.
fine.
И это меня, говорит, устраивает алкаш.
Let's get him another drink. He's dry.
In my bar, we don't serve troublemakers.
Pure instinct. I behaved like a Hun, and I sincerely apologize.
Veteran, huh?
307th Infantry Regiment.
Oh. Well, that'll be okay for now. But the war is over. Try not to forget it.
I'm here for information, not for a fight.
I prefer it that way. Speak then. I reserve the right to answer or not.
What can you tell me about her?
We all knew she was famous on the mainland for her paintings. Never understood why. Then, I don't want to speak ill of the dead.
Her vision. Was it so terrible?
Way I see it, the truth is really a question of point of view.
What do you mean by that?
Do you still trust the truth after a bottle of whiskey?
Her style made her famous. How would you describe it? Tortured?
Yeah, well, it wasn't normal. I mean, for a young woman with a child and all that. We saw them in the papers and we said to ourselves, who can paint such things? Is that how she sees the world?
So they made you feel uncomfortable?
You need to see them for yourself. Make up your own mind.
I've got what I need.
Anything else?
The stranded whale. I guess this bar has been here a long time.
What can I tell you?
Как
I'm a nostalgic
начали?
sort of guy. The name, it reminds us of the golden age of dock water. When our whalers left for long months and came back, sweating and stinking of the oil and flesh of the whales they'd been hunting.
It was a tough time, all the same.
Ah, but steeped in glory. We've never known such wealth since then.
Do you know where this place is? Warehouse 36, Darkwater Harbor.
The Hawkins warehouse. If I were you, I would...
Why not?
First off, there are rumors. Sailors from around here say you can hear noises coming from the warehouse at night. Screams, that sort of thing.
Screams?
And that's not all. There's the fate of its owner, but I'll say no more. Anything else?
I didn't expect to find alcohol on this island.
What you mean, who? Our source of supply wouldn't like me to betray them to the first...
I'll tell nobody.
She'd know it anyway. Anything else?
That'll be all for now.
Так.
The miraculous catch. Apparently, the most significant event of the last 80 years.
The doctor, what did he see?
Nightmares. Can hear things and voices whispering. Will follow its reader and appear at various locations, gifted with its own consciousness, until it finds a new reader.
Do you like our song?
We're true sirens. We may not be pros, but we give it all we've got.
That's true. It's a reminder of the time when we were still fishing for whales off Darkwater Island.
I've never heard this song before.
Only people from here know it. It tells the story of the...
I saw the newspaper clipping. You don't believe it, do you?
Watch what you say, young man.
That catch saved our island.
Ah. Where's the proof?
We're the proof.
Without it, the whole of Darkwater would have died of hunger in...
It's true. Everything happened just our grandparents tasted its flesh.
And it was delicious.
What brought whaling to an end?
The whales, of course.
They all disappeared.
You exhausted the stocks.
You could say that, yes. There were fewer and...
Until the last, the biggest. Exact.
I bid you farewell, gentlemen.
Good night.
So long.
What you looking at, stranger?
I've rarely seen a woman who can hold her liquor so confidently.
What gives you the right to judge me?
It was a compliment.
So what? Let me drink, stranger. I told you to beat it.
Charles Hawkins was a heavy drinker. And a debtor. Interesting.
What can I get you?
What can you tell me about her?
We all knew she was famous on the pen.
I've got what I need.
Anything else?
I read the article on the miraculous catch. Interesting local folklore.
Don't get it into your head to repeat that round here. On that day, the crew of the Scylla caught the biggest whale ever caught.
Charles Hawkins owed you a lot of money. Do you know if he had problems?
I don't know the details, and it's not money or not. He was always welcome in my bar. The Hawkins family was always much appreciated on the island.
That'll be all for now. I wonder what Captain Fitzroy has got to say about this woman cat. Broken. This place seems half abandoned. Fishing equipment. Could do with some rust remover. Fishing equipment. Could do with some rust remover. A souvenir from a more prosperous era. I guess this blackboard hasn't been wiped for more than 70 years. The Scylla. It finished up beached at the entrance to the harbor.
Эта свечка зеленым светится.
This man and Fitzroy could be twins. What a macabre souvenir.
I've brought out the Charles Hawkins cargo manifests. They're on the table next to you. But in truth, you're likely to be disappointed. When you're done, come join me on the deck. I've brought out the Charles Hawkins cargo manifests. They're on the table next to you. But in truth, you're likely to be disappointed. When you're done, come join me on the deck.
Чего? Oh.
These manifests are signed by Charles Hawkins. But that's all I'll get from them.
О, куда он делся?
From here, I see everything that goes on in the harbor. The hard-working lives of my sailors, the fights at the stranded whale. Even the antics of these wharf rats don't escape me.
It's you who lays down the law around here.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far. I'm just the last serving captain on Darkwater. Tell me what I can do to help you.
I'm looking for Warehouse 36. Do you know where it is?
Look, it's right there. The warehouse is opposite the jetty. You can't miss it.
Understood.
You know who the building belongs to, don't you?
It belonged to the Hawkins family.
Precisely. Ship owners from father to son.
I think that somebody here wanted me to search this warehouse. Your manifests have been blacked out. They're totally unreadable.
Yeah, I saw that. I've got no idea who did it or why. I don't remember having countersigned anything special enough for someone to hide it.
And why obliterate the dates as well as the goods stored in the warehouse?
You mean that the dates have some meaning?
I know that Charles Hawkins was descended from a family of ship owners, and the island's fishing industry was hit badly.
Indeed, we specialized in whaling, but no whalers went out to sea after the miraculous catch of 1847.
So where did the Hawkins family get its money?
Well, from what Charles inherited, I presume. Although, these dates on the manifests could indicate that he had contracts of another kind.
With whom, I wonder? I found a threatening letter signed by a certain cat.
What? I don't mind you visiting my harbor master's office, but I'd prefer if you didn't go through my affairs.
Are you being blackmailed?
Not exactly, no. That shyster wants to make us pay protection money.
With any success?
I wouldn't say that. But she terrifies my men as much as her own.
Can you not do anything to stop her?
Don't you worry about that.
I was looking at your photograph. One of the man in front of the book.
Ah, yes, I can see the one you're talking about.
Interesting resemblance. I thought it was you, but with a wooden leg.
And for good reason. That's my father in the photograph.
Your father?
John Fitzroy, captain of the Scylla. His wooden leg is here. You can go and see it if you're interested.
I'm just back from the wharves. The dead killer whale is unsettling the sailors.
Ah, yes. Us men of the sea are superstitious folk.
Killer whales don't have many known predators.
That's true. And normally, they're not found around here. But, you're gonna take me for a fool.
Give it a try.
Have you heard about the depths? Trenches that plunge into the earth and that shelter creatures unlike any other.
You're talking about mythology.
Ha, indeed, you're right.
The police took the decision to put the killer whale back into the sea.
You've got to understand them. They didn't know what to do with it.
I think that was a mistake. Who says that whatever caused those wounds is no longer in these waters?
You think we should have kept it?
To look into the real cause of its death, at least. The miraculous catch. Is it a local legend?
Not at all. It's an episode from our glorious past. Go read the story of the sailor's return to Darkwater Harbor. It's displayed on a wall of the stranded whale.
Читал.
Can you tell me where the warehouse is again?
Look, I've already shown it to you. It's the one with the cop on guard duty out front. You can't miss it.
Understood. I shall be on my way.
So come back and see me when you've got something new.
Окей. Они его уже подвинули. Такие.
Get it. Nobody listens to us anyway.
That's no way to treat an omen.
Oh yeah?
What could have done so much damage?
You can't.
What could have done so much damage?
You can't understand. You're not sailors. It's a sign. There's something coming.
Что там интересного?
There.
Все. Лампа ничего не вижу. Тормозит.
Hello, old friend.
Как ее потушить?
St. Brendan, patron saint of sailors and travelers. Desecrated. I can't even say which language it's written in.
Прыгает, только бегает, тормозит.
You live here?
Why did you do that, huh?
We saw what you did to St. Brendan.
Yeah, we'll teach you to come onto our island and ridicule our protectors.
How can I be the one who defaced your saint? I've just come ashore, you idiots.
That's true. We're as drunk as lords.
You bet. You could have gone by without us seeing you.
Do not rile me. You can hardly stand up.
He's right. We're no match.
For the moment. We're annoyed. It's understandable.
There's you, our beloved statue, and then those two bozos behind us. Wait, now that I think about it, it's got to be them. There's one of them who's always going back and forth to the statue.
Quieter. That's all we need for them to hear us.
What brings you to dark water?
The two guys behind you. What are they guarding?
The bootleggers. Scum.
They're protecting their territory. From whom, I wonder?
They really don't have a choice anyway. They're more scared of Cat than an attack by drunken sailors.
If only they would kill each other.
Is it Cat who's shaking down Captain Fitzroy?
Oh, hold on just a minute. We didn't tell you a thing.
Nothing at all.
That statue represents your local saint.
What do you mean by local, exactly?
You wouldn't be looking down at us, like all townspeople do.
St. Brendan. He protected whalers and fishermen like us. Until those assholes defaced him.
Peculiar house.
Yeah, that's where we live. Our boat.
It's not because it doesn't float anymore that we're going...
Isn't it a bit early for alcohol?
We got nothing better to do anyway.
Fitzroy gives us a few chores every now and again, but since the whaling station shut down, ain't a lot...
So we drink.
I've taken enough of your time.
We'll see you later.
I bet that you hid them somewhere in your hut on the docks. How could you be dumb enough to leave the entrance to the warehouses unguarded?
Keep your voice down. Why not go and shout at the cat while you're at it? I don't want to end up with her little knife under my throat.
It's a stiletto, you idiot. And with that smell on your breath, I don't give you much chance anyway. This guy?
No idea. You better keep it shut. What's with you wandering around here like a hungry dog?
We saw you talking to the two soaks. Go die of thirst, the lot of you. It'll stink less.
So, who are you?
Are you stupid or are you doing it on purpose?
Everybody knows us on Darkwater.
I've just arrived.
Let's just say we're standing guard for the owner of the site. And we let no one enter her property.
I went to see the statue of St. Brendan.
What makes you think we did it?
We're bootleggers, not savages.
Who do you think defaced the statue?
What do I know? They could have done it by themselves.
The sailors?
Who else, in your opinion? And who's interested?
Cat. She's your boss.
What? You listen through keyholes?
She's the boss, yeah. She says who goes in or not.
Shut up, you dummy. You wanted to know that you also talk too much.
She must be quite intimidating if she can make two men like you tremble.
She redid the smile at the last one who wanted to get in.
I hope he had a good dentist.
No, you don't understand. She really cut him a new smile.
But he only smiles with the left cheek.
What are you guarding exactly?
Listen, bonehead, we already told you that we're guard...
She sounds frightening, your boss.
And she doesn't like to be talked about behind her back.
I've got to enter the Hawkins warehouse. I guess it's going to be complicated.
No, it's very simple, in fact. Fuck off.
I don't give a damn about your racket. I just want to get into this warehouse.
And we don't give a damn about you. Whatever your reason for wanting inside, there's nothing we can do for you.
I bid you gentlemen farewell.
Where do you think you're going?
Who are these others so interested in the warehouse?
And why would I tell you?
What's the difference between a police officer and a private detective?
A badge?
Exactly. Apart from that piece of metal, there's nothing that sets us apart.
You think so?
We're looking for the same thing, you and I.
Okay. Spare me the next verse. I'll tell you what I know. There are sailors who think that there's a beast prowling around the docks. Then again, these guys panic at the thought of bringing a rabbit onto a boat, so...
I see.
And there are others who would like to use the warehouses for their goods.
That's fine.
Where do you think you're going?
I thought that the Hawkins case had been closed.
That's true.
So what are you doing on guard duty in front of this warehouse?
Who's asking the questions here? The cop?
What more can you say about the death of the Hawkins family?
No, they were all burnt to death, right?
The whole mansion went up in flames.
Don't get it into your head to go wandering around.
What do you mean by that?
The only one left there is old Silas. And the accident is... he can be unpredictable. Especially if a stranger starts poking around the...
Is he a danger to the public?
No, he's in his own home. Do yourself a favor. You again. I told you to...
No need to get...
You can't understand. You're not sailing.
What can I get you?
What do you know about the Hawkins warehouse?
If I were you...
Why not?
First sales...
Scream.
And that's but on anything.
That'll be all for now.
What? Another break? I told you to beat it.
You saw what happened with those sailors. Don't hang around here unless you want trouble with the bootleggers.
I've seen the kind of messages their boss sends. You're not scared of her.
Of course I am. Everyone's scared of that woman. She's not interested in small fry like me. You, on the other hand, nose around too much, you'll have dealings with her.
This warehouse looks abandoned. Why does it interest them so much?
No doubt a question of territory. But if you want to know more, go ask the captain.
Good. Thank you. I shall take my leave. It looks like there's a way in under this grate. A whale vertebra. If the newspaper clipping in the bar is true, this bone is a real fossil. I could use this old winch to lift the grating, but it's been completely taken to bits. There must be some spare parts amid all this clutter. This handle will be perfect for the winch. A ratchet device. Exactly what I need. It should be possible to mount this cogwheel on the winch. Looks like everything is in its place. All I have to do is turn this handle. Ugh. Smoke. It's coming from this oil. I hope it's not toxic.
Куда я иду, фиг его знает. Ё-моё. Что за херня? Водоросли.
This is primitive. Oh, this place stinks. What is the connection between this place and the Sarah Hawkins case? The glass is shattered, like someone smashed it. Was it before or after the removal of these bandages? Can't sleep. I know how that feels. Le Petit Parisien. Who might keep a news clipping about Sarah Hawkins? What is this picture of Charles and Sarah Hawkins doing here? Is this one of Sarah Hawkins' paintings? It smells as bad as it looks. Who has enough money to buy painkillers but stays in a place like this?
Someone has settled in here.
And whoever it is has something to tell me about the Hawkins case. Is there anyone in there? You! Don't move! You again. I told you to stay away from this warehouse.
Wound up? You mean messed up?
No. We don't take no lessons from the likes of you. We do our job carefully and fairly. No stone was left unturned.
Really? Can you explain what this painting is doing here?
This strange portrait. Wait, I know it.
It was in the Hawkins mansion when we came to investigate the fire.
So you confirm that it was removed from the crime scene? Interesting. I'd like to go and see the mansion now.
Of course. You want to go back along his trail? I'd like to understand how this painting made it to here. Come on. My car's parked down the way. Andrews, would you please shut the door? And open your eyes, damn it. This guy went right under your nose. God damn it. Her again. This case has nothing to do with you, Baker. Clear the passage or I'll shut you up for obstruction.
Officer Bradley, you've finally grown a pair. Too bad you're too fat to see them down there.
Why, you?
Come on, keep the smile. You don't want to force me to widen it.
Okay, I get it. Can we go to the mansion now?
Who the hell are you? What were you doing on my turf? I've got my eye on you. We'll meet again.
Is it far, this mansion?
Look behind you, at the top of the ridge. You see the building?
Нормально.
That's the Hawkins mansion. Come on, we got some driving to do.
Ну что ж так долго грузится-то, а? Проехали. Кто следит, что ли?
Well, here we are, Hawkins.
Нормальный такой особнячок.
The place has been abandoned since the fire. There's only old Winchester in his hut.
Your partner, Andrews, warned me against him.
You managed to get something out of that bum? I'll end up asking you for advice.
He talks too much. He inferred that old Silas was slightly unhinged.
That's not far off the mark, I suppose. But kinda unfair at the same time. You know, Silas Winchester has been working for the Hawkins family as far back as I can remember. Charles was like a son to him. The day of the fire, he lost his whole family. So he's got nowhere to go. And, as you'll see, in a way, he's still watching over them. Is there anything else you want to ask me? Or do you want to go up there?
You're the one who looked after the Hawkins case.
Don't think I was trying to hide it. It's just that this discovery shakes my convictions.
That's why you're so keen to find out who removed the painting from the mansion.
Yes. If something escaped us, or if there's been a law enforcement error, then it's up to the police to make good its mistake. Anything else?
I don't believe the fire is the only reason this house is in such a state.
It's a very old building, you know? Its foundations would probably date from the arrival of the first settlers.
It's got nothing to do with Charles Hawkins' debts.
Ha! You've already begun to nose around, it would seem. So, since you already know it, the Hawkins family couldn't afford the upkeep of this house. It remains to be seen what they did with all their money. I wager it was Charles Hawkins' travels. Let's go up there. Unless you still have questions.
I prefer to be prepared if there's going to be trouble.
It's a wise attitude. But apart from old Silas and some rotten floorboards...
Could he be a problem?
Strictly speaking, he ain't dangerous. But since the tragedy, he's been a little tough. Though, he's a remarkably sturdy man, given his age.
A sad old man doesn't worry me.
Gee, if you don't want to listen to my advice...
Night falls quickly here, and I want to be able to see when we arrive.
I'll go with you, if only to reassure Silas.
Why not? You can help.
Right. Let's go.
Очки какие-то дали, по-моему. Это не ничего. 3 очка целых. Там что? Як так светит, прикольно.
Someone is using the fireplace. I suppose that this is where old Winchester lives.
Чудо.
Recently fallen. It's as if all sturdy and well sharpened. Sturdy and well sharpened.
Драться. Нет, потерял этого типа, куда идти? Вот она.
Bradley was right. This place is much older than I imagined.
Стоит там, а я пойду сюда. Так, наверное, мне сюда и надо. О, куда топор делать?
The axe is gone. I'd better be on my guard.
Топор пропал.
Poor kid.
Малыш. Потом башня.
Charles Hawkins' grave. Who could have done this?
I told you. Silas Winchester is still watching over the Hawkins family.
I must say, it's pretty gloomy.
So, Detective, does this place inspire any thoughts?
Is the caretaker still around? Evidence here suggests he is.
It's surprising indeed. Let's try to keep our eyes open.
Why were they buried here?
I was given to believe that it was Charles Hawkins' wish.
Strange idea. I imagine Webster wasn't too pleased.
Mrs. Hawkins' father? It's said that he's devastated.
Let's go to the mansion.
Please give me a minute. I didn't expect to set foot back here after the burial. What kind of deranged...
The flowers on Sarah Hawkins' grave are fresh.
Там разбито. Тут свежий.
Charles Hawkins' grave. Who could have done this?
Так, теперь туда, куда я первый раз пошел. Дверь заколочена. Куда, значит, пройти? Другим путем пойдем.
This entrance is still in use.
Я хотел дальше пройти, еще посмотреть. О, банана. Вот она.
You were trying to force the door, you nosy prick.
Easy, sir. All right? Put down the axe.
You know what we do with rubble like you? We gut them. Dump them into the ocean.
You're Mr. Winchester. Lower that axe. Let's talk calmly.
I'll show you how we have it out on dark water.
О, время идет.
You haven't forgiven yourself. You stay here to honor the memory of the deceased.
That's true. I want no more violence. No more tragedy.
It's painful to be the last one left.
You don't know how right you are. Understood. I'm listening.
The police report describes a domestic accident. But Stephen Webster has several reasons to believe that this may not be the case.
Webster is as stubborn as an old mule. And I did tell him that we should let the dead rest in peace.
He wants to restore the reputation of his daughter. I just need to see where the fire started.
No, I can't let you in. The mansion isn't safe.
That's why you barricaded the entrance.
That's right.
And this door?
It's locked, and I make sure it stays that way.
No one lives in the mansion, and you don't take care of it anymore. If you have a good reason to be here, I'm listening.
There's vermin. I keep an eye out.
Vermin?
Yeah, that's it. Vermin.
Right. This is what we're going to do. I go inside, and I promise that I'll hunt vermin. Okay with you?
I'm not sure.
If there's nothing else to fear, you can give me that key.
Right. Take the key and do what you have to do. Go on, then. Just to get rid of you.
Let's see what more I can learn from this mansion.
Так. Там что? Хочу посмотреть сначала там. Нельзя себе тоже топорик взять. Пригодится. Прикольно. Вид прикольный. Повыше бы подняться вообще замечательно.
Bourbon. Empty, of course.
Какая пойдем.
The poor wretch seems to spend the best part of his time isolated from the world. Rather Spartan. The caretaker has simple tastes.
Понятно. Сейчас не боюсь. Чуть-чуть в окно вылезть. Ладно.
This gate is locked.
Закрыто так закрыто. Значит, не пойдем.
Pierce, shall we enter? Now that you finish your fun and games with Silas, we can perhaps inspect the mansion.
You're right. Let's go.
Сейчас пойдем.
Let's take a look inside.
I'm with you.
Уже глава 3. Ну, уже определились.
Follow me. I know the place.
Ща пойдем. Ща. И... Чё у нас тут? Крыски бегают. Что-то не подгружается. А ну давай. Подгрузись. Почему здесь все лампы зеленые? Ого. Ладно, пофигу. Главное, пол загрузился, остальное все равно. И...
The Last Supper of the Hawkins. What does this tell me?
Место происшествия. Мяско ели.
What kind of meat is this?
Что это за мясо? Да я откуда знаю? Что это за мясо?
This place is for the head of the family, Charles Hawkins.
Что-то недовольный. Подскочил, наверное. Так, следующее место.
The boy was probably here. Smashed his plate on the floor.
Он уронил тарелку, этот разозлился. Наверное. И здесь сидела тетенька.
Sarah Hawkins' plate. Why did she leave it untouched? Something happened at this table. An argument?
Ну, это я думаю, мы потом узнаем, что случилось. Так, ходим. Никто не спит, все нормально.
This dinner table tells us a lot about the Hawkins family life.
Well, we don't have all day. The scene of the fire is next door.
В соседней комнате, да? Сейчас посмотрим. Как они могли сгореть? Здесь-то все нормально. Сейчас я еще пошарюсь. Вот.
Sarah Hawkins painted herself with her son Simon, ready to go somewhere, but without Charles.
Ну да, если она хотела смыться без Чарльза, для чего нарисовала картину? Чтоб он узнал? Опять зеленая лампа. Так. Куда пришел? Сюда пришел. Сюда что?
Let's see if I can find something the cops missed.
Открыть.
Let's see if I can find something the
А,
cops
вот я
missed.
пошел, пришел. Сейчас будем узнавать. Итак.
Did someone escape the fire?
Кто-то убегал. Пожары. Здесь кто-то сгорел, видно сразу.
The
Малой.
child's corpse left a trace. Where are the others? Was Charles Hawkins a heavy drinker?
Искать. Здесь, наверное, висела какая-то сожженная
If the
картина.
painting I found on the docks really came from here,
Кто из
how
первого?
come it didn't burn?
Почему она не горела? Действительно. Вопрос интересный. Тут что? Башмак какой-то.
Did Sarah Hawkins lose one of her shoes? How? They had a fight. Why?
Ага. Что интересного?
Did it stop at the time of the fire?
Не остановились во время пожара. А время? Ровно 10.
Blood. This lamp was thrown. This was no accident. This was a fight. Someone fell here.
Кто-то убегал.
A desperate attempt to flee. And the boy.
So, Detective, what do you make of it?
I firmly believe this fire was more than just an accident.
What's your theory?
I think the Hawkins couple got into a fight.
You sure of that?
There's only one way to be sure.
Что идем дальше?
I just ask that you don't disturb anything. If Chief West found out about what we're doing, I'd be in serious trouble.
This door is locked.
Вот за что? Крыска побежала. Что и медицина. Понятно. Еще 3 очка опыта. Красноречие увеличим. Психологию. И расследование. Подтверждаю. Бинты.
These bandages are covered in dried blood. But whose? The lyrics of the drunken sailor. A sea shanty. This door is blocked from the outside.
Заколочена дверь.
An original edition of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, dated 1818.
Что, дождь начинается? Картина. Еще одна. Моби Дик.
Moby Dick, Melville's classic. The epic battle between man and whale. Mandatory reading for any whaler, I guess. This place was falling apart long before the fire. A book on the first inhabitants of the island. It seems they got here around the 14th century.
К этому столику я не подходил, да, по-моему? Подходили. Дальше. Так, сначала сюда.
Greek mythology. Hecate, goddess of the dead, daughter of Tartarus, and mother of Scylla. Dark water history. This place was settled back in 1692 by two families. A book on hunting whales, the island's staple diet last century. One of Sarah Hawkins' paintings. Her style sure is recognizable.
Непонятный стиль. Ну ладно, сразу да ладно.
20,000 leagues under the sea. Another story of the mysteries of the deep.
Чё тут?
What could Sarah have done to make this person threaten to call the police?
Жалоба. Смотрите, я что делаю? Не осматриваю.
Locked.
Перто, заперто. Отперто. А, это комната малого, да? Он игрался.
The boys' room.
Че?
A child's fort. What threat was Simon protecting his world? Tom Sawyer. Mark Twain. Sarah must have read it to him before bed. Sleeping pills. Strong for an 11-year-old boy. What was wrong with this family?
Наверное, кошмары с малым. Он нарисовал вот дыру.
What nightmarish vision could have inspired them? Simon's troubles went beyond family problems. That kid saw something. Something terrified him. The argument that led to their tragic ends seems to have been simmering for some time.
Нашли. Интересно.
What will her room reveal about her? Дальше. A barbiturate prescription from a certain Dr. Ford. That's a massive dose. Was Sarah...
Скромно, красиво. Дальше что? Ну ключи нашел. Нет, не нашел. Ну ладно.
Perfect.
Здесь что творим это?
Despite what happened, they seem to have loved each other. This ledger lists all of the paintings Sarah Hawkins sold. It seems the last one was given for free to a Frances Sanders. I wonder why. Sarah Hawkins' agent was getting worried. Seems she wasn't giving any signs of life.
Вот у меня ключ был. Чего-то дверь поцарапала.
Was Sarah Hawkins interested in the occult? What was she trying to achieve? Bradley? Is that you? Is anyone there?
Что интересного? Там мента уже грохнули, какая херня. Опа, что за херня? Догадать? Куда побежал?
Bradley, did you see which way he went?
Who? I didn't see anyone. I just heard some noise. Are you all right?
A man was hiding on the upper level. He ran when he saw me. He can't be far.
Обратно нельзя вернуться, ну ладно. О, брать как можно? Ну, это фонарь, ёпта.
I'll cover you.
А, вот. Как вообще спрятаться?
This door was closed earlier. Where did he go? They look like Celtic runes. Charles must have brought them back from one of his foreign trips.
Do you really think that your fugitive came in here? I don't see any way out.
It looks like an old seaway map. Seems like this came from a log. There must be a link, as if the bookcase has been moved several times. Clearly, Charles Hawkins knew Captain Fitzroy very well. I wonder who the man with the glasses is in the photograph. Probably as if the bookcase has been moved several times. It looks like a freehand map of Darkwater. Certain areas have been highlighted. I wonder why. The Scylla. This panel is movable. Cogwheels. They must be linked to an opening mechanism. Probably a secret passage. I must find a way to activate the opening mechanism. Great. I managed to force the gears. Looks like I've triggered something.
Открылся шкаф. Что еще произошло?
Well done, Pierce.
Have you seen the old maritime maps on Charles Hawkins' desk?
Strange. No ship has left Darkwater shore for years. Maybe he kept them for sentimental reasons.
Charles Hawkins was a sort of traveler, right?
More like an adventurer, I guess. He left for months, exploring remote places and abandoned temples.
Открываем, давай. Оу. Наверное, я на этом не закончил, еще загрузится. Захугляться. все, глава 4.
Secret passage. Under the manor. Like a detective novel.
Да, да что ты говоришь?
Guy must have already gotten far.
Да.
Yeah. And he had a direct means of entry to the crime scene. We must find him.
Знаешь что, чувак, что это за комната такая интересная?
Someone's been here recently.
Да ну нафиг. Я думал, здесь никого нет. Ладно. Это я пока буду заканчивать в следующий раз. И продолжу. Ну, вот как-то так. Долго ждал загрузку, чтобы загрузиться и сохраниться. Ну, в итоге заканчиваю. Так что пока.